Hi again. So, yeah, last week I didn't make a video. So, last week was a bit hectic for me because, well, sorry about all the shaking. My hand's not really that great right now. Anyway, so yeah, last week I was really nervous and, anxious because I was taking the RICA exam for the second time. I did take it on Saturday, and it was it was nerve-wracking, to say the least. I think I did better. I really hope so. 6 points is really close. So, I, I, I mean, sorry, but if I was on that grading team and I saw 6 little points, I'd be like, screw it. You know what? Give him the pass. It's 6 points. It was very nerve-wracking, but I was a little more confident. I think I did much better on the final case study portion of this exam than I did on the first one. So fingers crossed, cross all the things. Yeah, so there's that. This week has been uh, interesting, to say the least. I'm the sort of person who kind of internalizes, I guess you could say, a lot of things that go on around me. Um, I can definitely empathize and sympathize with a lot of things, whether or not I have direct experience of them. And so that's kind of always been one of my weak points, maybe, or maybe it's a strength. It really depends how you view it. But yeah, I can get a little emotional at times, and this week has not been great if you've been following the news, which I have, unfortunately. Um, I do know people, and I know I have a friend from college who's in Boston area, in the Boston area, and I was worried for a little bit, but it sounds like he's okay. So thank God. But my boyfriend and a couple other people I know were saying that they were having flashbacks to 9/11. So that was very nerve-wracking and wasn't a fun. It's not been fun hearing about that at all. That's definitely not the word to use. It's been nerve-wracking. I'm using that phrase a lot right now, and but it's yeah. I'm a cynic, I guess you could say. I mean, I do empathize with a lot of things that are going on in the world, but I hate this. Hate's a strong word, but it aggravates me that things like this happen, and the people who perpetrate these acts think they're in the right for some reason. That bombing innocent bystanders, innocent people is okay, and it gets to me. There's a reason I don't watch the news or read a newspaper very often. It's because news stories are very depressing. Um, the other last night I was we were all watching TV here, and the news was on. My boyfriend turned on the news because he wanted to hear what was happening. And after a point, I was like, you know what, I have to turn this off, and so I turned it to Logo, which was showing House of Wax, and he says, "Wow, he said, that is a very graphic film." I'm like, not as graphic as the news, and he had to agree because, yeah, seeing someone's arm get torn off in a horror film is a lot less graphic than seeing people blown up in real life. So that's what's yeah. I like horror films because if it gets too gory, you can just turn it off or walk out of the theater. You can't turn off real life, unfortunately. Yeah. Um, in other news and more personal news, I was a bit upset, I guess you could say, on Monday because, well, our petitions to graduate early or to walk early were due this week, and I didn't realize till late last week. So I was kind of rushing on Monday to get all the paperwork done because I officially graduate next quarter at the end of summer. Around the beginning of September will be the end of my academic career for a while. So, but yes, I officially graduate next quarter, but unfortunately my school only has one commencement ceremony each year, and that's in end of June. So we're allowed to walk if we're graduating the next quarter, but there's a limit on how many units you still have to take to be allowed to walk. The limit is 8. I need 9. Well, I'm scheduled for 9, but I need 10 to get my full financial aid. It's a huge, long story. I really don't want to go into it again. But basically, even 1 unit over that requirement is automatic. No, go away. You have to wait till next year to the next commencement ceremony next year. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna do. And I'd been writing this email to the higher ups at school, see if there was anything that could be done. But today I got good news. The director of my department sent an email to the person in charge of commencement and told them that me and another student who's going through the same thing, she basically said, well, they're walking. I've already talked to to your boss, basically, and it's okay. They're walking. I was quite surprised and very happy to hear that, because I'm not really going to know anyone who's walking next year. I mean, I've made friends with some of the other cohorts that started after me, but I don't know anyone that well, and it's not going to be just them who are walking next year, and so that's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I get to walk this year. We'll see how my family behaves. I do only get 4 tickets, so that will limit the amount of drama here in LA. That'll be interesting. But yes, that's all. Well, actually, I do have one more bit of news. There's a reason I'm been sitting in front of Kermit over there, my Build-A-Bear Kermit from Build-A-Bear. So he was a birthday present from my boyfriend last year, and I was like, oh my god, he's so amazing, I have to have him. And he surprised me by taking me to the Build-A-Bear at the mall over here, and we got him last year. And I was planning to get Miss Piggy, but the last few times that I've had money and gone, she hasn't been there because they've been out, and I thought they were gone forever. And that's what I'd kind of been reading online, but apparently not, because I went into the same Build-A-Bear today that I went to make Kermit in, and look who I have! Yes, isn't she pretty? Yes, I know I'm really gaying myself, but I've untangled all her hair. It was kind of ridiculous. So, yes, I now have Miss Piggy, and I bought a couple of cute outfits for her, because I'm just that gay and childish. I'm a 4-year-old in a 29-year-old's body. It's not fair. I am Peter Pan. Hence why Kermit is dressed like Hook, and why Stevie over here is dressed like Peter Pan. So, anyway, that's it for now. Sorry this has been such a long video, but yeah. Anyway, bye-bye. See you next week.